Hello guys, welcome, good morning, and how are you all doing? Today we have a bit of an interesting vehicle with us. So this vehicle was brought by one of our clients, not really my client, but the person was introduced to us by one of our clients, and the client introduced us to someone which introduced us to this person. So what happened was 3 of them went to convert their vehicle. Now I cannot tell if it is the same place or from different sources that they converted their vehicle from, but what happened is all of them seems to have the same problem. And the reason why I say they have the same problem is because the same plague that is disturbing this one is also the same problem that was disturbing the other 2 that they brought. There was a Mercedes that was brought, there was a Camry, and this one is a Corolla. We fixed the Mercedes, we fixed the Camry, and then this Corolla, they just brought it this morning. So I decided, how about I just make video about this thing so that I show you what is actually going on with some of this conversion. Some of the things that we noticed is that the drill point where they put the nozzles that was supposed to be taking gas into the engine is farther than where it's supposed to be. So even before I start making this video, Abba has already started correcting it. So I have to tell him to hold on so that I can make this video so that you guys can see and understand why it is important, because I used to make serious emphasis on this, that you should make sure you are patronizing only professionals. Now what is happening with this one is that the vehicle is having a very sluggish performance. It is very hard to accelerate. In fact, the person will only switch to gas when he is on motion, as in when he has gotten to about 60 km/h, then that's when he switches to gas. So that does not make any sense at all. You're supposed to be able to drive it on gas reliably and much more confidently. So the grip points are wrong from the vehicle, and also another thing that was wrong when they were doing the installation was the reducer. First of all, the place where the reducer is mounted makes no sense at all. Just in case they want to work on it was mounted close to the headlights. Now if they want to work on this vehicle's headlight, it's going to be a nightmare, and the reason is because the place where they install the reducer is so close to the headlight that there is almost no chance for you to work or to change bulb there, and it's going to eventually become a problem when the person decides to change his bulb. Another thing is the vehicle's power was taken directly from the alternator, and this is a very bad thing. The reason is, let's assume you're driving one day and then your alternator fails on the road. The problem you are going to experience is that the CNG is just going to cut off because the alternator is not charging in the middle of the road, which will make the vehicle to go off. However, if it is taken from the battery, in case your alternator fails, there's still a 12-volt battery that is going to be powering the CNG for you to be able to drive to a safe distance before the vehicle eventually shuts down. So this is why it is highly important that you patronize those who know exactly what they are doing, because if not, you're just going to meet yourself in the middle of nowhere. And then finally, the place where the refill is. No, though this one is not really that bad, but though they could have done something better with the refill point. So with that being said, Abba is going to take over for now, because Abba is going to be the one to do all of this one. We've done so many of this, I don't even bother fixing these vehicles again, because they know exactly what they are going to do. The moment the vehicle was brought in, Abba immediately recognizes the problem and was like, let me just get into the work straightly. So from here on out, Abba is going to be the one that's going to be on the timeline. Maybe when I come back, and then I'll start talking about the voiceover. One other thing I need to mention is that the gauge on the inside is not working, so I'm going to try and attempt to fix that. So with that being said, let's start. Alright, so I'm done with this particular vehicle, and the owner should come and pick it up. Baba, don't sleep. So so this is going to be the end of the video, and let this serve as a warning to everyone that wants to convert their CNG. Don't cheap out. I always say this: don't cheap out. Your vehicle will eventually end up in my workshop if you cheap out. Once you cheap out, you meet your vehicle here.